Hi everybody, this is Joshua Kirk back with you guys once again on YouTube, and now it's time for episode 44 of Album of the Day, in which once again I'm filming with this new camera that I got for Christmas. And let me say I really like the way my videos are coming out with this camera. I think it's probably like the best camera quality that I'm getting out of my videos. And plus I'm pretty happy it's one that's portable that I don't need much help on. So I'd like to thank everybody for all the hits that I've gotten on my last review, which was Bombadil's A Buzz A Buzz. I thought it was very gracious of you guys to just give me all the hits and all the love that you show, and thanks for the nice comments as always. So I just love to thank all of you for all the grace and all the blessings that you've given my videos. So there you go. So today's gonna be like a classic album review. It's gonna be a review of an album that I truly have grown up loving, by a band that I have reviewed before on this channel, like a couple of years ago. The band is called Cake. They're from Sacramento, California, one of my favorite bands of all time. So I'm here to review my favorite album of theirs, released on July 24th, 2001. The album is called Comfort Eagle. And this is Cake's first album with Columbia Records. Cake is one of those bands that has one of the more distinctive musical styles. They're kind of an overlooked band by the music critic. So they have a really unique sound, infusion of electric guitars, bass, and drums with usually a trumpet, along with John McCrea's distinctive voice and his distinctive acoustic guitar playing, which is like a toy acoustic guitar amplified pretty much, so it sounds kind of electrified. So I love Cake's discography. Cake has a pretty good discography, and this album really does show how distinctive of a band they are. So anyway, here's the cover, spine, the other spine, and the back. The songs on here are Opera Singer, Meanwhile Rick James, Shadow Stabbing, Short Skirt Long Jacket, Commissioning a Symphony in C, Arco Arena, the title track, Comfort Eagle, Long Line of Cars, Love You Madly, Pretty Pink Ribbon, and World of Two. So not only is the album great, but I love the way the artwork and everything looks. Not much to it. Unfortunately, no lyric booklet. Sadly, none of Cake's albums have lyrics in there, but oh well. As long as it's good music, I'm good to go. And just look at the inside of this paper. I love this design. So cute. It looks like a restaurant menu or something like that. So I love the look of this paper because it just reminds me of a menu. It's just literally just so cute. Literally just so cute and lovely what's going on the inside. So there's the liner notes, and then the titles of the songs, like who wrote the songs, as well as the running times of each of them, in which John McCrea, nearly everything was written by John McCrea, the lead singer, with a little bit of help here and there. And the case is not in the best condition. Sorry, that thing that holds in the disc isn't really in the best condition, so I have to be very careful when I'm holding this, but, Anyway, there's the CD itself. So that's the inside of Cake's Comfort Eagle. And, when it comes to Cake is that one band that, it's the one band that's definitely very unique and very distinctive, both musically and lyrically as well. Some people may say Fashion Nugget is Cake's best album because it's like their most popular, their most well-known album to date. But I actually think Comfort Eagle is their best album. It's got more of the deep cuts than like Fashion Nugget or Prolonging the Magic does, but still really good album, and definitely one that's one of my favorite albums of all time. I've never tired off of this album, and there's not one bad moment on it. It's just a fantastic album that reviewing it would just be a breeze. So here we go. So the opening track is called Opera Singer, and it's this definitely does sound like the Cake we're all familiar with, but with a little few differences. For example, this is the first time Cake has ever done like drum programming in their music. So like it starts out with this cool little program beat that's like boop 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 boop, like So like this is like the first time Cake is using programmed drums, which I think shows them branching out a little bit. And then coming in, there's the guitar and the bass and the drums, and then and then the horn fanfare comes in, which definitely tells you that Cake is a very distinctive band. I mean, what other rock band uses a trumpet these days? And the lyrics are kind of crazy. It's kind of ironic. It talks about someone because it's like John McCrae saying he's an opera singer and saying that he has rehearsals that last for hours, when in reality he's not really an opera singer and doesn't do any of these things. So yeah, it's kind of a funny song because it's very sarcastic, because it's someone claiming he's an opera singer when in reality he isn't an opera singer. In fact, he would probably fail at being an opera. In fact, John would probably fail at trying to be an opera singer. So I really do dig the sarcastic lyrics the band has, because it sort of shows how it definitely does show how humorous and how interesting Cake can be sometimes, because the lyrics just have some good humor to them, so there's some clever humor to this one. Track number 2 is called Meanwhile Rick James, and this is definitely one of my favorite tracks off of the album. It's got a very cool bass line, an addictive guitar riff, as well as these like cascading waves of synth strings going on in the background as well as some really distinctive drum beats. There's like one drum beat that's like a regular drum, and then there's these weird little like percussive, boom baps going on as well. So there's some distinctive drum sounds and distinctive keyboard sounds going on here as well. And once again, very humorous lyrics. Lyrics on here. Although I don't need to mention much of the humorous lyrics, they definitely are very humorous and very sarcastic. But that's what I really like about Cake. They want to be different. They want to be a little oddball with their music. So I really love how Cake is the band that's willing to be a little more, not your typical rock and roll band. So like an original lyric approach as well as an original sound approach as well. And let me tell you, the guitar riff on Meanwhile Rick James is just so addictive to listen to. I'll give you that. Track number 3 is called Shadow Stabbing, and this song definitely shows Cake going to their more catchy side. I mean, the Say It All chorus is just really catchy on that one. In fact, you can just find yourself singing along with that rather catchy chorus. So I really like how catchy this song is. Track number 4 is the song everybody knows, short skirt, long jacket. Don't need to talk a whole lot about this song, because everybody knows it. It's like a fan favorite besides The Distance and I Will Survive, their cover of that Gloria Gaynor song. But I will talk about the video. The video is just really funny. It's like, basically, there's like this guy, like, putting headphones in a bunch of random people's ears, getting them to listen to the song, and then they state their honest opinion. So yeah, the video is definitely very crazy and very, very fun, because you get to see, like, really humorous reactions going on. Like, for example, when the na 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 part comes in, there's like this girl saying, "I don't like the na 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 part," you know. so like, you know, that's crazy, you know. So I think it's really crazy that they made a video of that song, basically headphones in everybody's ears, and then everybody saying whether they love it or hate it or whatever. So the video doesn't get talked about very much, but it is a really funny video, so I highly recommend checking the video out for that song. Track number 5 is called Commissioning a Symphony in C, and once again, one of the best songs on this album. It's definitely more of a deep cut than some of the other tracks. I mean, the band hasn't really played this song live much, which I don't get, because commissioning a symphony in C is just, you know, a cool little gem by the band. Like, it starts out with this little intro with a ukulele, and then of course, like, you know, the song, and then of course the beginning of the song. And I love the really sharp bass line. I think the bass riffs on this album are just so catchy, so addictive to listen to. So I love that bass line in there, as well as the like classical music inspired electric guitar solos as well. So I really do think the electric guitar solos would sound inspired by like classical music or something like that. I love the guitar solos on that one. And, you know, once again, very crazy lyrics. You know, I mean, you know, it's kind of random, but very creative at the same time. Like with the band talking about a concert hall that's warm and golden, like an oven that's wide open, and talking about like a symphony that has a melody, both happy and sad. And then the end of that song has some really weird keyboard sounds to it. I mean, the last 8 seconds of the song had these keyboard sounds that sound like, you know, a phone ringing or something like that. Not like ring, 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 but like beep, boo, beep, boo. Like, you know, the keyboard sounds at the last 8 seconds of that song definitely do sound like a phone ringing or stuff like that, which kind of makes sense, because Cake has used sound effects like that in one of their other hit singles, Never There, off of Prolonging the Magic, which I'm sure is another song that's definitely a fan favorite that, like, everybody goes nuts over when they hear it played live. Then there's the instrumental Arco Arena, a simple 1-minute instrumental, but it's a really cool song though. Like some really nice interplay between the acoustic guitar and the electric guitar. I think they both play so well on here. As well, and I think the guitars just play so well on here, as well as the weird keyboard sounds that come in. Like, there's like this weird little like theremin-ish keyboard sound that comes in, and then after that there's like a weird little psychedelic B3 organ, and then like another theremin like keyboard as well. And there's there's no vocals on it, although there is a vocal version of this song. But, you know, honestly, I kind of prefer the instrumental version. I mean, I like the vocal version. I've heard it before, but I really love this distinctiveness of the instrumental version of the song. And if you want to hear some good performances on here, just listen carefully to those fan favorite shouts from John McCrea. Like I definitely think one of the other unique parts about Cake Sound is that there are definitely several points in their songs where you can just hear John McCrea going, oh, oh, like there are just some fan favorite shouts everywhere on this album. Track number 7 is the really fun title track, Comfort Eagle, and this is a fun song. For some reason the song isn't a single, which is weird because it sounds like it could be a single or something like that. I mean, with with just how fun the song is, it's really hard to believe that it isn't like a single. But that just allows me to keep. But that just allows it to. But that just prevents it from being too big, which is great because the band Cake has plenty of huge hits that they don't need like more of those. When I'm in the car when I'm listening to the song, my parents and I love the chorus of that song, like the part where the guys are shouting, "Dude!" Like the part where they're just screaming, "Dude!" in the chorus. I love to just sing along with that part. So this is definitely one song that I assume is probably a fan favorite just because of the dude shouts that are going on. Like I assume when they play the song live, there's probably a huge crowd of people shouting "dude" in the auditorium when they play the song. And plus just a really great guitar riff, and plus there's this distinctive little like echoey, lonely sounding trumpet at the end as well, which is like unexpected, but it fits really well, as well as kind of this Baroque pop harpsichord that drives the song really well and becomes important for the song. This is one of those songs that definitely, the distinctive thing about Cake, they make this unique sound that's like a mixture of alternative rock, Baroque pop, and hip-hop. Like, they definitely blended in a little bit of the hip-hop attitude to it. I mean, John McCrea isn't really singing the lyrics, he's more rapping them almost. So this song definitely has the rock hip-hop edge to it that some of the other Cake songs like Nugget tend to have as well. Track number 8 is called Long Line of Cars, and this has a really cool, like, funky groove to it. I mean, this is definitely the one song you just want to, dance to, because it's just a cool little, like, funky groove. And, the synth line is just so addictive in that song. And then the trumpets really do fit in really well with the song. And it's kind of a song about how, the certain things get caused by, like, one reason. And in this case, it talks about a long line of cars that's, like, caused because of, like, someone, doing something or something like that. So it's kind of like, things getting a little attractive and a little crowded. I don't really know how to explain the lyrics, but just, they're just so weird that an oddball that it keeps Cake unique and it keeps them original, that's for sure. Track number 9 is called Love You Madly, and once again, this is a fan favorite, so no need to talk about this one. Although there are a few things I'd like to mention that people don't really pay much attention to. Like, there's the really distinctive cymbal loop going on in the song, and plus in the middle there's, like, this really psychedelic B3 organ, which I think really does play in well with everything. And plus there's these weird sound effects at the end, which sounds like somebody like getting into his car. I mean, you can definitely hear the car door closing and the vroom of the wheels, and like and like, you know, just like you can basically hear roars of a car at the end. So those are the few elements that people don't really talk about from the song. But I will tell you, the video for the song is really cool. It shows trumpeter Vincent DiFiore and former Cake drummer Pete McNeil, they're so it's like a play on, like, you know, a cooking show or stuff like that. So it shows them, like, obviously on like some sort of fake cooking competition, and one of the judges who was like judging the food they made in the video is actually famous musician Rick James. So I will tell you, the video is really cool. That's definitely one thing people don't really talk about. That's the one thing about Love You Madly that people don't really talk about. Like, they don't really talk about the video all that much, which is weird because the video is just so cool for that song. Because, you know, it's definitely so entertaining to like watch them cook while the song is playing. Track number 10 is called Pretty Pink Ribbon, and once again, a nice little gem by the band. And it's kind of a song about without that one thing, like without like a pretty pink ribbon, or without some, like, it's basically a song about what would happen if you lost what you care for the most. Like, whatever you care for, without it, your demons would be around. And plus, you know, and plus, you know, you'd end up like empty or something like that. So it's kind of a song that anybody can relate to, because it's about like losing whatever you care for, and then like your demons kind of getting in the way a little bit. And like I really do think the trumpet and the organ play really nice in the song. I think both those things, the trumpet and the organ, play in really nice with the guitar. With the guitar solo on that song. And then it closes with the Beatles-esque track, World of Two, which has like a nice mixture of like warm bass, electric, baritone electric guitar, and ukulele. And it's kind of a song about how, you know, you don't want to orbit or live in someone else's world, because there's like only room for like them or something like that. And there's some really nice trumpet playing on the song as well as these really nice notes of Moog at the end, as well as this really distinctive like interplay between the sleigh bells and the tambourine as well. It sounds as if it's looped or programmed or something like that. And the organ adds just the right atmosphere to the album. And the organ adds just the right atmosphere to the song. So overall, I'm definitely very happy with Comfort Eagle. It's definitely an album that, sorry if this review isn't as detailed or anything like that as some of my other reviews, but just, I love the album so much that it's just hard to explain my love for this album. So I'm definitely giving it a 10 out of 10, because there's nothing wrong with it. Very distinctive album that I highly recommend. It's the one album with, one of the things I love about this album is that it has some of the more deeper gems by the band. It has some of the deeper cuts by the band that they haven't played live much. And this is the one album by Cake that people don't pay much attention to, but it deserves a little more attention, because it is just the band's most distinctive and most complete, and one of their most complete sounding albums. Despite how short it is, it still feels like some very complete accomplishments for the band. So So that's my review of Cake's Comfort Eagle, and I'll see you for episode 45 of Album of the Day.